Yes, right here at WRPI Troy. The Idiot Emeritus, Professor Doomkopf here, entertaining you throughout the morning. Anything that is expressed on this radio show is not ground in cement, not necessarily anything. It's science fiction, fantasy, tidbits of things I hear. Makes me wonder. Things like, why do pitchers raise one leg when they throw the ball? Well, if a pitcher rose both legs, he'd probably fall. Yeah, way out there in the atmosphere. Indeed, indeed, indeed. I'll tell you the story about John going skiing with his buddy Keith. So they loaded up John's minivan, headed north. Yeah, way north, where the snow is thick and mountains steep. They drive for 5 hours and got caught in a terrible blizzard, so they pull into a nearby farmhouse and ask a very attractive lady who answered the door if they could spend the night. She said, I realize it's terrible weather out there and I have this huge house all to myself and it's warm and toasty, but I recently was widowed, she explained, and I'm afraid the neighbors will talk if I let you stay in my house. Don't worry, John said, we'll be happy to sleep in the barn if that's okay, and when the weather breaks, we'll be gone at first light. And the lady agreed, and the two men found their way to the barn and settled into their sleeping bags for the night. Come morning, the weather cleared, and they got on their way and enjoyed a great weekend skiing. Well, about 9 months later, John got a very unexpected letter from an attorney. Took him a few minutes to figure it out, but he finally determined it was from the attorney of the very attractive widow that they had met in the blizzard on their way to skiing that weekend. He dropped in on his friend Keith and asked, Keith, do you remember that very good-looking widow from the farm we stayed at on our skiing holiday about 9 months ago? Yes, I do indeed, said Keith. Do you ever happen to get up in the middle of the night and go to the house to pay her a visit? Well, yes, I did, Keith said, a little embarrassed about being found out. I have to admit that I did. And did you happen to give her my name instead of telling her your name? Keith's face turned beet red and said, yeah, buddy, look, I'm sorry. I'm afraid I did. Why do you ask? Well, she just passed away and left me everything. Yes, sirree, golly, it doesn't get better than that or anything else when you're just having a good time. Well is always a very deep subject. That sounded like a sour note. Why not? A sour note is good. Got up this morning, I'd rather stayed in bed. Drove an hour down the mountain through rain and sleet and snow. The windshield mirrors and headlights were all fogged and iced over. Chains slapping on the fenders. Ain't no snow plow driver, so what am I doing here, I wonder? So what am I doing here? Just a lowly DJ spinning vinyl platters on this radio. Getting up in the morning, I'd rather stay in bed. Driving down the mountain through rain and sleet and snow. Windshields fogged over, mirrors, headlights iced. Slipping and sliding all over the road. I ain't no snow plow driver. Chains slapping my fenders to pieces. So why the heck am I here? I'm just a lowly DJ. Spinning vinyl platters on this here radio. Nifty 91.50 WRPI Troy. May your day be whatever you choose your day to be. Because after all, who else is in charge?